Hello, Eriberto.
Hello,
How are you?
good evening. Fine. And you, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Um, but Eriberto, tell me, are you busy now with a project?
Sorry?
Are you now busy with a project?
No, actually, I just finished now the Salieri Dance International Competition. I don't know if you
Yes.
follow. I was
Mm-hmm.
doing for Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I had the name is Salieri Dance. It's an international ballet competition. I already do from 8 years. I start 8 years ago. And so because of the COVID, this here, I couldn't do it in theater. Because in theater, everything, in Italy, everything, all the theater are closed.
Mm.
And so I just thought to do by virtual, online. And it was a big success because I had school from all over the world.
Really?
Australia,
Mm.
Korea, Russia, Costa Rica, all the world. So it was really, really beautiful. And but it's still online. So if you have time, you want to look also tomorrow, I can give you a link where you can go and you can see all the competition. It's 10 hours. It's very long, but
Mm.
competition, the ranks, classical rank, contemporary, and then there is also the link for the gala. So you can find everything.
Fantastic.
Just
Thank you so
just to
much.
have an idea.
Yes, that would be wonderful. And it's how do you do this now online?
How I did it.
Yeah, how do they do it? Uh, where do they dance? And do they stream
No,
it or how do they do it?
actually, they send a video.
Mm.
So I had I they make a registration on a platform on the web where they can make the registration with the name school, the name teachers, the name of the dancers, and then they upload the video. It
Mm.
depends if it's a soloist or duet or group. So, divided in a category, so classical and contemporary. And so from the babies means 9, 11 years, then there was a student 12, 14, and then junior 15, 17, and then senior from 18 on. So these four category divided in two sections, classical and contemporary.
Mm.
And they could make a registration on this platform. So I could go on this platform and they've already ready all the schedules. So it was very good.
Yeah.
Was very easy as organization.
Mm. Is it a different way of judging when you see it like this online?
Actually, you must when you judge like this, you must think that there are also video not very how to say they don't do live. So you know
Mm.
uh, you cannot see mistake,
Yeah,
or the mistake are very less, because
yeah,
it's always a movie. So a movie you can mix, you can
yeah.
change, you can arrange. When you are on theater, you cannot arrange. That's life.
Mm.
That's the truth. That's the reality. So what you are comes out. So
Mm.
I prefer, of course, 100% stage and theater, but this was the situation in this moment.
Yeah. So did you have more entries because they could send it so that more people entered, more dancers entered the competition than normal?
As numbers, you mean?
No, so in normal situations when the you could go in a theater, um, not as many dancers have the opportunity to come because say they cannot afford to come or it's they have to
Yeah,
fly, and now when it's online and they can just send, do you think you get more entries now?
I get more for sure. I get more foreigners. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Because, for
Mm.
example, can you imagine from Australia to come in Italy is very
Yeah.
hard, or from I don't know from South America, or from
Mm.
actually it's not easy. It's not
Mm.
easy. Also, is not expensive. I
Yeah.
mean, it's expensive to the fly and all the stuff. So in this situation, they they didn't spend nothing because they just send the video
Mm.
and they just spend the for the registration. That was all. I mean, they don't need to pay hotel. They don't need to pay nothing. So
Mm.
for them it was much easier. Uh, and for me it was also in one way easier because I didn't need to spend the money for rent a theater or for pay hotels for for the jury or.
Mm.
So it was in some way comfortable for each.
Mm.
But of course, as if you mean, I mean, in general, what I think is that you can think art and money together. I mean, it's something that for me doesn't go quite together. Because if you start to think too much to the money, then
Mm.
you lose the point of the art. You know.
Mm.
So in this case, I just do spontaneous. I don't. What if comes comes. If not, it's the same. I don't. I just want to do it because to help the young dancers because in this competition I had the opportunity to have a lot of scholarship from a very important academy in the world. So
Mm.
the judge, the jury, the judging was people, director from academy, very important, all the stuff. So there was, I must say, they were really generous, and they
Mm.
give a lot of scholarship for the young, and that was my first point. All the
Mm.
rest,
Yeah.
if it was coming, coming, or otherwise was the same for me. Important is that because I think that especially in this time, this young generation, it's the generation that they are paying more the price of the COVID. You understand?
Yeah. This is
Because
what
they
I,
are home.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, please.
No, this is what I'm thinking a lot about is this the students, and in the ballet schools, uh, especially at entry level, but also this is training, and this is important that they do that every day. And there's so many important things that has to be, it has to be in person. It cannot be just
Yeah,
always online. And although what can you do, but for training a year out of a ballet dancer's training is a lot.
yes, you are perfectly right. I mean, ballet you can do just by video, by computer, because yeah, you can help, but they need to feel you. And they need that you go there and you fix the body really with the hands, like when you build a sculpture. They need to feel that the right way of the position. Arabesque must be in that way. You cannot be just speaking philosophic. They need
Mm.
to feel it. So I mean, me as I have a school, Balletto di Verona. My school was closed for 1 year actually because we closed last March. Then I was closed till I didn't open in the summer. I was closed till September. I
Mm.
opened in September, and then I closed again in the end of October because in Italy they say to close.
The class, yeah.
Yes, and then till Christmas we were closed. Then I open again in 7th of January,
Mm.
and now I'm working only with the advanced group.
Okay. Mm.
All the child are still on computer online,
Mm.
so it's not a nice situation. I mean, for with the advanced, I really work hard. I work 4 hours every day, full.
Mm.
They love to work and they will never go home. They just need to stay there.
Mm.
When you are close so much time, you just wish and you need to stay open and to work as much as possible. So
Mm.
it's very pleasure to work with them, especially in this time. But the rest of the school, the other child, they are still in computer by online. So I don't know how long it will be. In Italy, they say probably after Easter, they're gonna open perhaps. So we're gonna see
Okay.
what's up.
How do the students feel? Do they and how do you motivate them?
We just try to push them to say to don't give up for the dreams that they have. That's very important. You must give the motivation because they are young. It's easy to become in depression. You understand what I mean? I mean, we have an age that we support different things
Yeah.
because we passed our life with more or less difficult, but we become stronger. But if you think how we were when we were 14 or 15 or 13, it's a different way. So I try to remember this. I try to make them as to make it hopeful, to be hopeful, to
Yeah.
hope in something, to don't give up, never, to just give them an objective to say, for example, with the advanced course, every day they are doing audition. Every day I make them video to send to make audition for all the company in all the world. So they are very happy, they are very stimulated.
Mm.
And so they come every day, every second day they come with more stimulated.
Mm.
So that's what we try to do because it's very important to don't let them going
Mm.
because it's very easy to come in depression.
Do you think young dancers will change how they do, like you say, they come and do the auditions. So the pressure, there's almost a different pressure also on them because they understand now that a situation like this can bring this uncertainty. And I was wondering if younger dancers will now start creating their own things, because they have got, first of all, they've got more time, and maybe also this awareness that I really want to dance, I really want to do this, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to create something myself. Or that we see a younger group of dancers coming and working also a bit more independent.
Yeah, I don't see this. I mean, it doesn't happen to me. This they just come they just come to school. They just need to be trained.
Okay.
To be trained. So because they are used to this. I mean, perhaps what you say it can be, for example, more for students that they used to do modern or contemporary, probably. But I'm used to do classical. I do just classical. I teach only classical. So they need to be in the discipline. They like to be in discipline. They like to do the bar. They must be correct and everything. So
Oh yeah.
Uh, so perhaps for sure what you say is right, but especially for the student that they dance modern or contemporary. So perhaps they are more creative and they start to do something also for themselves to develop what they feel inside, what they feel inside to express the feeling that they feel in this moment. But for my students, this doesn't happen actually because they need to they like to push on the technique to improve the technique, and so we work a lot with the repertoire variations, all the stuff.
But now, in the time when the lockdown was announced and you had to close your school, did you immediately start teaching on Zoom?
Yeah, just the second day.
Okay.
The second day because I was when it's happened. This is up as I told you. This it was already in the March 2020. when this happened, I don't know why, but I feel it that it was not something very easy, just from the beginning. You know, when you feel something that it doesn't work. And so when they told us to close and everything, to go in lockdown, because we were in Italy 3 months in lockdown completely. I mean, we were just home. I was going out only to buy for food. That's all. So uh, so I thought something here is wrong. Is really wrong. And so from the second day, I already started with Zoom.
Oh,
I
okay.
say, I say, child, I think we don't need to lose time. I
Mm,
explained to them, so it's better to don't lose time. Let's start. I didn't start with Zoom because I didn't use Zoom, and I
mm,
started with Skype. And I
okay.
remember it was a little bit more difficult because Skype is a little bit slower, so the image was blocked and the music doesn't come right. So after I discovered Zoom because they told me, Maestro, there is Zoom, it's easier. So,
Mm,
and so we started with Zoom after some days.
mm. And so you kept yourself motivated that way because you just kept on teaching then, or were there also times where you felt, uh, you know, that it's too much and that the situation is getting too much?
Yeah, of course, you know, when happen things like this that nobody expect,
Mm,
you, I mean, I say also to some friends or me, some colleagues, sometimes we listen by each other by phone, by social media, and of course, nobody thought to expect something like that, like
mm,
this, you know, because it's so bigger than us, so you cannot control, you cannot. So I thought, okay, you know, as I told you before, in the life you pass everything. Life is always like this. So you have some difficulty, then you go over, then is some moment very high, some others so so. So life is always like this. So in my age, I thought, okay, I never thought to come in this situation. But in other way, I'm not afraid actually.
mm.
I'm not afraid, and I want to. And my objective is only to help the young. Really, I mean, is just every morning I wake up and I think, okay, my objective is just this, and I go on like day after day till we'll finish because more before or after it will finish.
Yeah.
But till then, my inspiration is that just to
Mm,
help them because they need help. I see that
mm,
they need help. So I mean, we are okay, you know, in our age
yeah.
it's fine, but they really need help
Mm,
because it's for them it's like if they follow into war, you know.
yeah. I that is true because also we talk a lot about you know, businesses, and we talk, you know, financial situations, and we talk about, you know, theaters closed. But I also think, you know, the youth, how do they cope with this? Because it's for them, there's also, like we, like you say, we've already have this experience of overcoming things, or you know, going through bad times, even though it's not the same, but we sort of have this capability of doing it, whereas they haven't, you know. For them, I think, and also this is why I also have many students on my project, because I think it's very important that we notice them, and that we notice that they are in that phase where they're going into a career, or where they're working towards a career, and there has to be something to look forward to, or something to give hope, you know, like you say.
Yes,
Yeah, we have to give them
yes,
hope. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That's
Mm.
that's uh, that's really very important for me, and but I can see that in this time actually is coming because I don't. I mean, my student, I don't see them too much in stress now. Now
Oh,
it's a kind of they have they have the objective, they know what they want, they
Mm.
just are working for that. I don't see them depressed or, a little bit out. I see very concentrated. So that I like very much. So that means that what we are doing is in the right direction.
I just want to say that, yeah, this is also coming from you, your energy and your positivity. So you're leading them and you're helping them to, to see it in a different way. So yeah, I think the value of the teachers, of the artists is so important. Like the job you are doing. But tell me, how did you start in ballet?
Haha, it's very funny. I start because of my sister.
Yeah.
Actually, I born in a very little town in the south of Italy. The name is Brindisi. It's the town in front of Greece. And at that time, in my town, this little town, it was only one ballet school. And I was a very young boy, but a very energetic boy. I mean, I was not less control. I like to play in the street all the day without timing with other boys. So, when you are young, we
Yeah.
did. Then in the South Italy, we don't have a park, all this stuff. The game was on street. Very,
Mm.
very simple. And then, of course, my parents were not so happy that I was on the street. They want more. They wish to have a son a little bit more with discipline. So they try first with piano to send me to a teacher for piano. I was doing just 2 lessons, then I say no, no, I don't like it. Then they try with guitar the same way, and then they try with tennis. Always I was doing 2, 3 lessons, then ciao. Because I don't know, I was getting boring of when they give me to teach things.
Mm.
For example, in piano, the teacher starts with you know, do, re, mi, fa, all this stuff. But he make me a book of this. So I was thinking to play already.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, when you are a child, it's like this. So and then so I changed my. In that moment, my sister was doing ballet in the
Mm.
school, and so at the end, my parents say, "Okay, why don't you try?" So no, come on, me ballet, no. I was doing football at that time. I was playing football. And so I said, "No, no, I'm playing football. Why ballet? No, no, it's not for me. But go, just have a look, try." And then one time, I just went in and it was very nice teacher that she really took at me very nice blah blah and then I never stop. I
Mm.
start slowly and then at one moment we become 22 boys in that school.
Wow.
22 boys was we were we were a really clan.
Mm.
And so with so much fun, and we start, and then we start, and we start, and each of us become a dancer into the water.
Really
Yes, yes.
amazing.
We
Yeah.
still we still meet each other sometimes,
Oh, this is wonderful.
and we are all over the world, everybody, but we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
meet each other sometimes. And we come from this little town 40 years ago. It's
That
crazy.
is amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Because normally you hear, it's always just one boy in a class when it's in these small towns. Like my son did ballet as well in England, and we lived in the countryside, and there were only two boys
Yes.
I think in the whole little ballet school there were, I think, probably 3 or 4 boys. Yeah,
Yeah. Normal is like that.
yeah.
Now, at this moment, I have only 3 boys, for example, me. But 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I had 6, 7 boys. It
Mm.
depends. Boys is always like that. So, but that time when I was a child, yes, was extraordinary. 22 we were, so it was
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic. It was really.
Amazing. Yeah. And then when did you decide you wanted to do it professionally?
Well, after a couple of years that I was at school, then I was looking at the time it was the VHS,
Mm.
VHS, the VHS, the where you can look the movie, And
Oh,
so I was,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking some movie from Ballet, and
Mm.
then I decided, oh, okay, I want to become. At the time it was very strong Nureyev, Nureyev, Baryshnikov, all these kind of
Oh, yeah,
star.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we were looking, I was looking them. So I said, I want to become like them. So for me was, and then I moved, I leave my town, I went to Reggio Emilia in the north of Italy, and I
Mm.
studied with a Romanian teacher, Stefanescu, and with Liliana Cosi. She was first ballerina from La Scala.
Mm.
And they opened, just in that moment, they opened this wonderful school in Reggio Emilia, and I spent there 4 years.
Mm.
And then I really become that because
Oh, okay.
they had the really professional way to study, the really professional way to do performance. In summertime, we were all over Italy doing this performance.
Mm.
So that was the really strong way to to to
To
to
do.
learn to
Yeah.
learn. And after that, I went to Zagreb. My first contract, I was 18 years old. I got in Zagreb in the National Theater
Mm.
from Croatia. And that was very beautiful also because I was
Mm.
very young and teachers were all from Russia. They were very good teachers. The company was very big, was around 100 dancers. So it was a big experience. I danced all the classical repertoire there.
Mm.
And then I moved many companies actually. And after I become in Italy again, then after Zagreb I went to Ljubljana. I spent there after 2 hours, 2 years and a half. After it was the war, started the war, in the
Mm.
ex-Yugoslavia, they started the
Oh,
war
yeah,
between,
yeah.
yeah. Then I moved into Italy and I spent in Italy 1 year and a half dancing in Trieste, Verona, Rome, Naples, all around. 1 year
Mm.
and a half. Then I was full of Italy. I went to Salzburg
Oh,
for one
okay.
year and a half. Are you from? Are you from Austria? No.
No, I'm from South Africa, but I live in Austria. Yeah.
You are living in Austria.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you live?
In Vienna.
In Vienna. Yes.
Yeah,
In Vienna,
yeah.
I have a lot of friends. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. I have. Yeah, yeah. In Vienna, I have. In Vienna, first of all, I have my one of my best students is in Vienna.
Yeah.
Chiara. She's dancing on the
Oh, I
Staatsoper.
know her. I
You
know
know
her.
her?
Yes.
Chiara Uderzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my student.
Really?
Yes, of course. She start
I took a picture of her in a window. She's part of my project as well.
Chiara.
Yeah. Yeah.
Super. Chiara,
Yeah.
she started with me and with my wife. So
Yeah.
when she was very little, started with Anna, and
Mm.
after when we opened the school, she come to our school. So and we prepare her for Vienna for the academy, for
Yeah.
the ballet academy of Vienna. So
Mm.
she came in Vienna when she was 13, I think.
Mm.
And then she finished, she get diploma in Vienna in the academy, ballet academy, and then she come into the company. So now she's dancing in the
Yeah.
Staatsoper. So her, but I am also a very good friend of Vladimir Sishov. He
Ah, I
was
know him as well. He's also part of the project. Yes.
Vladimir, yeah. We
Yes.
are very good friend with Vladimir.
Oh,
And now she
real.
is teaching in academy, in the ballet academy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Vienna is
So
quite
you are
nice.
connected with Vienna. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, then I'm so glad we are talking because then now you are also part of this, and yeah, both Vladimir and Chiara is part of this project. Yeah. Um.
Super.
Yeah. But uh, also what I talk to artists about is art education, and I'm thinking that art should be taught in schools, and children should be taught art in different, the different disciplines in art from a very young age. The same as we teach, for example, maths and science, so that children then can make decisions. Because like you tell now that your parents send you to ballet school, for example, but not all children have this possibility, or not many parents give their children these opportunities. And it's not that I say that everybody has to become a ballet dancer or a musician, but that at least the children at the age of 6 or 5, when they go to school, they are exposed to art the same as they are exposed to other subjects, and then they can make the decision, or then they can find their way. And even if they don't decide to become a dancer or a musician or an artist, at least they will have the knowledge, and they will have the appreciation for art. And then maybe we will get more, say, audiences that understand art and understand what it's all about. But it would be a generation that...
No, sto parlando.
Oh, sweet.
She just came, my daughter. She opened, Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
fine. That's fine. She can sit on your lap. That's all right. How old is she?
4.
Oh, okay.
4 years old. But
And she's doing ballet?
No. I mean, sometimes she come in the school and she imitate. She like now she imitate everything, the singer and dancers and everything.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So she's very free, very. She's very.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yes, what you say is right. I'm, from my point, school should be much. For example, I don't know how it is in Austria, but in Italy, I'm really disappointed with the school, with the normal school, because there is not this sensibility for the art. For example, I know that because I have many friends around out of Italy, I know that in other countries the theater are working, not so much, but they are working in limited public, few people, but they are watching. But in Italy, they are completely closed for 1 year. This for me is crazy. Why this kind of a politics? So I'm really disappointed also because there is very little sensibility about the art in Italy and about what you.
I'm sorry, can you hear me? Eriberto, sorry, you just froze up, but yeah, now I can hear you again.
Now I hear you. Yes.
Okay, so you say in Italy all the theaters are closed, yeah?
Yeah, in Italy all the theaters are closed, but it's 1 year that they are closed. That means that not only the theater, but all the people that works around the theater, they don't work. I mean, technicians, musicians, everybody, it's very sad. So if you wish to go to see a performance, you can see only by social network or by video or by, for example, I don't know, in Vienna you can go to theater or not? How it is in Vienna?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, it's most people I speak to over the world. I think Spain is the only place at the moment where they allow, I think, 30% of the audience. Yeah.
Yeah. All the rest is closed. Yes. But also this is strange for me. Why the supermarket is open and why the theater is closed? For which reason? I mean, I can go to buy food with 300 people together, but I cannot sit each two places to see a performance. It's the same things. with the mask. I can stay with mask. Why not?
mm,
You know. So it's kind of, I see. Perhaps I'm wrong, but it looks like a kind of political things. I mean, like art in one way is the most freedom that a man can have through the art, through the expression of the art. You know, but if you take away this from people, in one way, it's like you take away some freedom from them.
mm. Yeah, you're right. And I think the world, or the perception of art is that it's entertainment, and it's really not. You cannot see it just as entertainment, because as if you see it that way, then that means that every time, and this is happening in the school, every time there has to be there's a financial cut that has to be made, they say, well, now we don't have to have music because it's not as important as maths and science, or it's not as important as the other subjects. So instead of employing a music teacher, uh, we'll just have a little singing once a week or whatever. And it's the same with movement, dance and music, and all the forms of art actually has an effect on our brains, and it
Yeah.
in children, the development of the brain. And we should give our children this opportunity. We should insist that children have this experience, first of all, to express themselves, to have this ability to experience this art and to make their choices what they want to do, and to
Yes.
have the appreciation for it. Because
Yes.
you cannot appreciate something if you don't know anything about it.
That's right. I'm totally
And
agree.
yeah, and
Totally agree.
mm, I mean, you are on that level where you teach children, so you understand the value of it. I mean, you see with your students the progression and the love for it, and you are busy not just teaching them, but you are also developing an admiration for the art.
Yes, for sure.
And as not all your students will become professional dancers. Uh,
Yeah. Never mind if they become professional or not. Anyway,
exactly,
you must give love for the art to them
exactly,
to
yeah.
become near to the art.
Mm, mm,
Especially if there is some performance also online, I always ask, did you saw it? And then we talk the next day. We talk to see which kind of impression they got from a performance, from an artist, from a dancer, from something. But
mm,
yeah, I don't know if the school in Italy is not sensible about that completely.
mm,
Completely, is not sensible about this. Is very. I mean, also I did, for example, every Christmas I put on stage Nutcracker with my student, by completely Nutcracker, 2 hours performance, divided very professional with first and second act, and with the guest teachers. And Chiara and Vladimir, they
mm.
came from Vienna to dance Nutcracker my performance.
Oh, wow. That's
Yes,
amazing. Yeah.
so it's great, and it's very stimulated also for my student to have such dancers in front of them.
Mm,
So to give perspective,
exactly.
I like all these. I like very much,
Mm,
but if and we do performance for the public, but I fight also in the morning to give performance for the child for the schools.
mm,
So I always fight to say bring but because it's a fight because for them they don't need to see this
mm,
performance. But I think it's very important that a child of 10, 11, 12, they can come in theater in the morning and see students like them or a little bit bigger doing performance, you
mm.
know. It can be stimulated. Some of them can choose to become a dancer or to be near to the ballet in one way, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
But what you're talking about now about Chiara and Vladimir that come to dance there, and your students seeing that and having contact with them, I sometimes also wonder if it's not very important that we think about that we have artists talk about their, say Chiara, for example, that she talks about how she became a ballet dancer, or that,
yes,
you know, that, and not just oh, you know, that she won competitions or that it all went easy, but children should also know it's not an easy road. I mean, your students know that it's not, you know, it's hard work, and it's dedication, and it's like you
yeah,
say now, it's this constant you cannot just sit for a year and wait for the pandemic to blow over. It's you know, working to it. um and if we do these things, you know, like you are doing now, where you get the professional dancers to come and connect with your students, and where they see how it's done, and where they can talk to them, and where they can almost relate to them in a way, that we also do more of that, and not just keep it in a distance, or keep it uh, you know, you look at a performance, for example, and you see the conductor, and you see the orchestra, and it all looks so glamorous because they're all dressed up, and you know, you look on the
yes,
stage, the ballet dancers, it looks all so easy. But do the public always know what goes on behind the scenes? And not that I say we should make a drama of it, but really tell the story, and tell what goes into a production. You know what goes into a production when you put up a Nutcracker in
yeah,
your school. You know, it's months and months of rehearsing and planning and so on.
yes.
And yeah.
Yes, it's
Mm,
months and months of rehearsal, months and months of explaining each roles, what means, what you need, and also because, for example, the first act of Nutcracker is all pantomime, more or
mm,
less. So it's you must explain the story, and because of the roles, each roles is made by student. So every 2 years or 3 years, I have a changing student because some of them they move to Vienna or to some other town.
mm,
So there comes a new one in
mm,
Verona to me. So I must explain again and teach again. So that's the life. But every
mm,
time you need to explain in the right way. Otherwise, doesn't
mm,
come nothing out.
mm,
They slowly grow up like that.
mm,
They make experience. They learn how to act, not only to dance, because
mm,
we start to forget that dance is an art, not just gymnastic. You know, sometimes I see more and more gymnastic, but dance is an art. There is the art of explain with the body, with the pantomime, with everything. So
mm,
it's not just throwing legs and stuff. When comes repertoire, you need to explain, otherwise the public doesn't understand anything. So
mm,
it's also a question of acting, a question of yeah, pantomime. So this you must teach, otherwise how
mm.
they will not learn like that.
Yeah.
Chiara, she did a lot of neck tracker with me.
Oh, really?
My first neck tracker,
Mm.
in absolutely my first neck tracker in the school, Chiara was Clara, the little baby,
Really?
the little
Mm.
girl. Yes, Clara. We did on air. Then after she moved to Vienna.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. And after she come back, I call her back with Vladimir to dance, not anymore Clara, but to dance the fairy, the plum,
Sugar Plum Fairy.
yes, sugar
Sugar
plum
Plum
fairy
Fairy. Yeah. Ah, that's so wonderful.
with Vladimir. Vladimir was her prince. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fantastic! It was really nice.
Yeah. But Eriberto, tell me, what did you do in lockdown that was, did you have more time to do a hobby or something you've never done before?
Yes, I did something great, and I'll explain to you. You know what I told you about the my parents. They wish that I learn piano.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I learn piano alone.
Wow. Oh, that's
Now
wonderful.
there is yes. Now there is YouTube, no?
Yeah.
YouTube. There are a lot of lessons and stuff. But I find an American website
Mm,
where there is this man that he teach explain exactly song by song in divided in intro and voice and chorus and stuff.
mm,
So and I was like this, and it was so nice, and explained so nice and
mm,
so in details that even a man like me that never
mm.
put the hands on, I could learn. And now I
Really?
play 3 4 songs very
Mm.
go of Stevie Wonder that for me is something dream, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every morning I wake up, I do breakfast, I prepare breakfast, then I go there with my and I do my 3 4 songs every morning.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I get crazy about that. I need to do it. It's
Yeah.
like I need, you know.
Mm.
And so that is my what's happened in lockdown for me.
That's
I
wonderful.
must thank the lockdown, otherwise I will never do it.
But you see, I that is what I hear. Many artists do many wonderful things.
Uh,
Yeah. But like that, teaching yourself the piano, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Super, yeah. Because I mean, I was already playing the guitar, no? But
Oh, yeah.
I was always fascinated of the people that could sit there and start to play. I was
Mm,
always looking with a lot of admiration, you know.
mm,
And so I said, but I really would like, I really would, I wish to do it. And then I saw that in the lockdown I had so much time free. And
mm,
then I started to look on the YouTube channel. Okay, because we spend a lot of time with my daughter, of course, but
mm.
you know we are close home from morning to the evening. You know,
Yeah.
so must we teach online to our students? Okay, a couple of hours, and the rest, what you do? And then I start to look this and say, oh, that's great. And then I get crazy about that, and then I start.
Yeah. Well, I hope you continue after the lockdown. You know that you yeah.
Now I will never let anymore. I have a little piano here, you
Mm,
know this electronic, and I have
yeah.
a really piano in ballet school, so I have a
You
chance to
play.
play everywhere.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Um, but listen, just one more question. What is your wish for when this is all over?
To come as soon as possible on stage.
Mm,
That's my only dream to become as soon as because is I really miss the stage. I really miss the stage. I really miss the atmosphere of the theater. I really miss everything of the theater. Not only the performer, the really perform, but all because I love to work to put on stage the performer. This is
mm,
my best, what I love more. The day before the rehearsal on stage, the rehearsal with the technical, the light rehearsal, I love these things more. Because put the dancer on stage, it's very easy for me now. I mean, it's not so much interesting, but I love more the technical things. I love is more much interesting for me. So I really miss that. I miss the day before the performance when I go alone in the theater and I have just the technicians with me and we start to speak and we start to fix all the stage with the scenery, with the light. These I miss. These I
mm.
really miss. So the first thing I already fix, I already fixed the next performance of Nutcracker. I have the 20, I think 21 or 20, no, the 15 January 2022. I
Yeah.
have my first Nutcracker in Mantova, near Verona, already fixed.
Wow. That's great.
So that's my
Yeah.
wish to become as soon as possible on stage.
Mm. Oh, that well, I really hope that wish will come true. And do you think people will be more uh, eager to go to the theater from now? You know, because they watch everything online. Do you think they
I
will
think
be?
so. I think they will come again. I think so. I think they will come again because it's not nice to see performance just on video. You don't feel how to say. You don't see the. You don't feel the la magia. We say in Italian. I don't know in English. The magic
The
part of
magic.
it.
Mm,
The magic part of the performance. You don't feel by video. You just feel when you sit on the parterre.
mm,
And that's very nice. When you stay there, you see the dancers. Sometimes you feel also the way how breathe.
mm.
You can see
Yeah, yeah.
how weight they are. And so that's you feel just in theater. You don't feel
Mm,
by by camera online. And
mm,
so that's nice. That's something
mm,
emotional that you doesn't don't come through. Don't
mm,
come. The emotion, I think, through the video doesn't come.
no.
You can be mental. How to say? In the mental way, you can be. You can be
Mm,
take it, but not in the soul way. In the soul way, you must be there.
mm. Oh, that's very true that you say that. Yeah. Um, but Eriberto, thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you. It was very
And
nice.
and is it okay if I post this on YouTube?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Thank you very
I don't know
much.
if I speak too much. Perhaps I speak too much and I put too many hands, but sorry.
No, you're not. No, no, that's wonderful. This is all just natural. It should be natural. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, and when you please, when you visit Vienna, will you write to me? And then I would so
For
love to
sure.
meet you in person. Yeah.
For sure. My pleasure. Will be my
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And when I will send the message to Chiara that I've spoken to you.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
when you will come to Verona, just call me.
I will. I will definitely. Yeah. I've never been to Italy. Um,
Never.
no, I've never been to Italy. No.
Why?
I don't know. It's just not opportunity. There was just not an opportunity. But
You must
Verona,
come. Absolutely. You must come. Absolutely.
I will come to Verona. Yeah.
You come to Verona. Verona is Chiara's town. Chiara born in Verona. So it's a beautiful town. Okay, there is the history about Romeo and Juliet, all the stuff.
Oh yeah,
There is
yeah.
the arena. Is very famous for the arena, and it's not so big town. It's
Mm.
very easy to go around, and it's not bad.
No, I will, and I will definitely tell you when I visit.
Great. Okay.
Thank you so much, and have
Thank
a
you.
lovely evening.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for
Okay.
me. Thank you.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.